Alrighty. Hi, I'm Emma Salehi. I'm from the Nocturnal. Hi, Emerald. You are such a daring and unique creative. And with Saltburn, you were able to achieve a story with so many layers. It's so dark, it's so intense, it's disturbing, it's hilarious, and I just could not keep my eyes off of it. With that being said, let's get into the questions that I have. Um, to prepare yourself to create such a psychologically thrilling movie, what was that process for you?
So basically, my process is that I kind of live in the worlds for years in my mind. So with everything, whether it's Promising a Woman or this or the next few things that I'm thinking about doing, I have kind of parallel universes that I go into. And Saltburn is a place I've been like rattling around and creeping around for years and years now. And it kind of started with Oliver, and then slowly but surely sort of things start to coalesce. And so for me, so much of the writing process is in the living of it in your mind, in the kind of the sort of liminal space of kind of daydreaming when you're in a place and you can kind of smell what it smells like, and you feel the texture of the sofa you're sitting on and the temperature of the bath water, and the breeze of the summer air. It's all of that stuff. It has to be kind of immersive and detailed in my mind. And then, bit by bit, you when you keep visiting for long enough, that scenes start to become more fixed. And it's once everything's sort of fixed in my mind, then I write it down.
For sure, that's beautiful. And on the same lines of story making, when you first had the idea for the story, however long ago it was, up until the actual production of it, what was maybe a change that you had made that you maybe want to highlight?
I don't really. There are so many thousands of changes over the course of the years. By the time I write it down, I really try for it to be as close as it can be to what it feels like, because I've already kind of drafted and redrafted in my head. I think what does happen though is when you meet the actors finally and you find your location, you start to be able to intensify and enrich all of this stuff, because your actors are brilliant and they bring their own feelings, they bring their own kind of stories to these things. And so much of it for me is about will, rather than rehearse too much, I don't like to over rehearse. I don't want things to feel too comfortable and too kind of streamlined. So it's we all kind of sit around and talk about the script and talk about the characters and pair people off and have them talk about their relationships. And it's more maybe of a kind of theatrical model of rehearsal, early days of like a play, than it is sort of blocking or anything like that. And that really helps with the process of kind of intensifying the characters.
For sure. Quickly, I want to go into Saltburn and the estate and the location because imagery played such a big part in the movie of Saltburn. It was gothic and precise. Did the location come up to you as is, or was it meticulously and carefully curated?
So the thing we knew very early on is that it needed to be a place, one location that we shot in. It was really important to me. I hate moving units. It wastes so much time and money and emotional energy. So I wanted to be somewhere. Also, because of the nature of some of the shots, it needed to be a place big enough that we could do these huge kind of single shot tours and all of those sorts of things. So I also wanted it to have a feeling like Oliver feels, which is like something we'd never seen before. So it was about us looking everywhere to find a place that hadn't been shot in, which is very, very difficult and took a very long time. And so, what happened then was we found the place, and then it was about Susie, the amazing production designer. It was about us, you know, finding rooms in the house that we could then remake. So, for example, Felix's bedroom, bathroom, dressing room, and Oliver's room, that kind of suite with the enfilade is in the house, because I really want to make sure people are familiar with geography and that we can look outside windows and see a familiar vista. Like, all of that stuff is part of the kind of reality of it. But we needed a very specific kind of enfilade that we could kind of look through and down. So Susie, completely made those rooms. She also completely kind of designed the library, which is the place where most of the family stay most of the time, where they're watching movies and all that kind of stuff. So it's a combination of us and the location.
All right. Thank you so much, Emerald. If you guys want to take a look at Saltburn, make sure to watch it out November 17th. Thank you so much for your time. It was a beautiful movie.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Emma Salehi. I'm from the Nocturnal, and I'm so grateful to meet you, Archie. Let me just say, your character in the film was one of my favorites to follow in the story. You had so many layers, and it was so intricate, your storyline. So let's get into my first question. How did you navigate and cope with, the kind of disturbing nature of the film's content during that shooting process for Saltburn?
We were just surrounded by like good people, all the things to make us feel comfortable, intimacy coordinators, great producers, Emerald, everything was lined up in a way where we all felt comfortable and safe and trusted each other. And so it, that nothing felt scary or unsafe. We just felt like we wanted to dive headfirst into the things that were being asked because they served the story and we all knew what we were making and we were excited to do so.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys definitely nailed everything from top to bottom. One of the most standout features for me of the film was the imagery, specifically the Saltburn estate itself. I'm just wondering, working in a detailed and intricate location like Saltburn must have been very unique. Were there any standout memories associated with filming in such a large and specific location?
Yeah, getting lost all the time. Walking forever to find a bathroom, like things like that, like and also just then kind of exploring the house itself, like Saltburn. It was a stunning location, and just it really allowed us to, I don't know, could we shot all on that one location just to have a sense of ownership and to really lean into the world, really lean into the house and kind of what it was a character in itself. And so to really lean into what it offered, it was such a blessing, like being able to do something all in one house like that, to come back to the same set, to come back to your bedroom, to come back to the same living room every day and walk through those sets to get to the next one. It just, all those things felt like lovely reminders and just adding to the story.
For sure. It was a beautiful setting. So getting a bit into your character, you had
Yeah.
so many interactions with other characters. What character did you find the most enjoyable to work with while filming a scene? Are there any specific moments you want to shout out?
Well, there was no favorite because everybody was just, I mean, unbelievable in this film. But and so everybody for different reasons. There were different scenes. I loved working with Barry because he has such an intensity to him in some scene. There was a scene with us when we're sitting on the couch in the beginning of that karaoke scene, and we're almost nose to nose, and that felt, even in the moment, incredibly intense. We were really locked into something that felt special. But I love doing scenes with Jacob because he's been a friend for a while, and there was this real kind of feeling of cousins, family, brother, this fun that we kind of created between the two of them that was so enjoyable. I love doing anything with Rosamund and Kerry. I found it so hard to keep a straight face. It just was hilarious. And Alison, Rich, I mean, I was spoiled for choice. I was so lucky. Everybody's incredible.
All right. Well, that wraps up all the questions I have. Thank you so much, Archie. Can't wait for everyone to see Saltburn, November 17th. So excited. Thank you so much for everything.